Abusing the Nigerian currency is a serious issue that can have detrimental effects on the economy and society. Now, when the currency is abused, it can lead to inflation, loss of value, and instability in the financial system. This in turn can harm businesses, individuals, and the overall economic growth of country. Additionally, currency abuse can erode trust in the financial system, leading to a lack of confidence in the currency both locally and internationally. It is essential to protect the integrity of the Nigerian currency to maintain a stable economy and promote financial well-being for all citizens. Now, specifically, the law stipulates that spraying of, dancing or marching on the Naira or any note issued by the bank during social occasions or otherwise, howsoever, shall constitute an abuse and defacing of the Naira or such note and shall be punishable under law of fines or imprisonment or both. Welcome to Inside Today. I am Jummai Manson. I'm being joined by Otumba Bolaji Adigun. He is the Deputy National Chairman, PCRC. Don't go anywhere. The program continues shortly. Stay tuned. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, great choice. This is Inside Today on Global Television, and we'll be looking at the CBN Act 2007 abuse of the Naira in view. And like I said, I'm being joined by Otumba Bolaji Adigun. He is the Deputy National Chairman, PCRC. Good afternoon, Mr. Bolaji. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Inside Today.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Well, as usual, we are always thanking God for His mercy and for Nigeria still being Nigeria of what we are intending. Let it be.
All right, Mr. Bolaji. Now, let's looking at the abuse of the Naira currency, which is a serious issue that have legal consequences. Now, looking at it critically now, what are the common forms of currency abuse in Nigeria that we have as stated?
Come again, please.
I said, what are the common forms of currency abuse do we have in Nigeria that's ongoing?
Well, like we all know, it has been our culture, or I would say our traditional ways of showing gratitude, of giving money out, spraying money while doing ceremony, while dowry, while doing something good. I remember when we are young, we are always looking towards Christmas and Ilaya, where we now use our parents. They will send us to their friends' houses, and we shall be giving money. And that money is what we use in saving and even sometimes help our family. But these days, I will not say, because the question people have been asking, why now?
Exactly.
And I will ask now, because when you look at the situation of the country, we are crying of the social economy, we are crying of the system within the country, but we ourselves, we have not disciplined ourselves. You can imagine if one is in a party and somebody comes out with 1 million and be throwing it as a stone. I'm sure the person...
Mr. Bolaji, please, before we go further, I need you to lift your camera up a bit so we can see your face. It's actually the description when it comes to your name and the topic is actually blocking it. Can you just raise your camera a bit so I can see you? So better now. Aha. Now we can see you properly. So sorry for interjecting. You can go on now, please.
No, Allah. What I'm trying to say is that I think the system is now coming to a certain level that we need to adjust our ways of spending. And this is part of it. Let me use my town as an example. I am from Oyo State, where we spray money while we are doing anything. But those days, it is shows as gratitude to replenish or what that person might have done to you one way or the other. But now it has been abused. And why I say it has been abused is that while some people have no money even to eat, and when these people have this money, those people that have this money, you go to them for them to assist you for 100,000, 50,000. They will tell you there's no money, the economy is bad. But tell them to come and spray at any Owambe. You will see somebody carrying oddly or AD that will be carrying that box of money. I don't know why it's done, but it's eating to our body that we waste money on spraying on the Yoruba. And you will see sometimes when somebody is dead, when somebody is alive, he's not taken care of, he's suffering one way or the other. But you discover that once that person died, is that very week, under 2 days, the house will be repainted, and the person is looking towards Owambe and expecting people to spray. What are we spraying for? What are we rejoicing for? It's a culture. And I remember when I was young, we used to have this our hunters, local hunters. The highest money you can give an hunter for a job well done in the night, where after seeing you, asking you where you coming from, he will escort you to his house, he will confirm if you are from there, and you will give him 1 penny. He will be very, very gracious to you. But nowadays, give ordinary a hunter or the person we call Ode, give him 1,000 naira. He looks at you as if you have not given him anything. It's abuse of naira.
But wait
So we
a
don't
minute,
have value.
Mr. Bolaji, I want to interject. But isn't this coming a little bit too late? This has always been a part of us. It's a norm. This is how we celebrate when we're happy, when we go to parties, when we go to naming ceremonies, whatever occasion. This is how we show joy. This is how we perceive happiness, when we give out money and we spray. Spraying of money, it's part and parcel of us. So isn't it coming too late now?
My sister, nothing is late. Anything worth doing is worth doing well. Rome was not built in a day. For example, somebody dancing and you are smashing on money that you want to spend. I have gone to the east one day. I asked myself, are this money going to be spent? And you will say the person that is being even sprayed does not know how much the money is. He would go into the car. It was going to be some people, friends, that will come and pack it and pretend that they are taking it to his home. I am sure it is half of the money that will get to him or her. If we want to say something is late, I want to give example of Ghana. When the Yorubas are in Ghana and they took over Ghana, it got to a stage that the Yoruba people now use the Ghanaian notes to make a cap. And it's an abuse of naira. They got angry. So if we don't take time, the same thing is coming to Nigeria. Why people are smashing on money? It's an abuse. It doesn't make sense.
But you know,
You are
sometimes
saying
when
that,
Mr. Bolaji, when we go to occasions,
yes,
especially you mentioned the Owambe, where you know Yorubas actually commence this sort of occasions when it comes to high class parties. It's not just naira that is being sprayed. We see dollars, we see pounds. Why are other foreign nations not complaining? Why is it the Nigerians that are complaining with? This is like I said, it's a tradition, it's a norm. This is something that you cannot. Can you actually put this to a halt? You said it's not too late. I understand. But lots of celebrities have been held accountable for spraying of naira. I don't want to mention a few. But the thing is, looking at it critically, even Friday, Saturday, there will be spraying of money. A lot of people are going to spray money from Lagos to Ilorin. People that are holding parties are not taking this into clarity. So I do not understand what the fuss is all about, really.
but I want to say categorically that even those who spray dollars, if you watch any US person or UK person that comes in, he doesn't spray $1,000. They pretend that they are having money. They spray $1, which is equivalent to 37 naira then. But when we see the dollar, our head is up because of the naira. I can tell you, in Europe, in UK, everywhere, you don't see them carrying bundles of naira spraying, my sister. They spray. It's culture. But everything has its own limit. Everything has its own limitation. And we have grade. I will be surprised if a storekeeper is spraying 1 million. It means he has stolen money. If a business person has gotten money illegally through 419 or duping, he's going to spend this money carelessly because he didn't work for it. Our fathers sprays money, but yes. I can tell you that limitation to whatever they spend. They spread this money judiciously. In Kano, if they want to give Dan Chata, also I've forgotten the name. I always see it is the minimum of the currency that we spread, and it has its own time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The man goes back and see it. But Nigerians will start from the beginning to the end. Where are they getting this money? Is that the best place to spend? If you have this money, go to the less privileged home. Go to those people that they are in need of it. There are a lot of people in the hospital that wants to buy ordinary paracetamol injection. They don't have. So if we say we spray this money, and it's of no use because the person who you are spraying this money on has already bought the food he wants to eat. He has already purchased everything he wants to eat. He has paid the drummers. Even the drummers contribute to it, because when the drummer people start praising you, there's something in Yoruba, they say, your head is swell, and you now go, some even go back to the ATM and collect money after spending the money they bring. It's a stupidness. I think what the government is trying to do is to reduce our extravagant spending so that we can not spend.
But you know, Mr. Bolaji, we're extravagant when it comes to spending. Nigerians, we want to show off. And that's the thing, the aura that comes with spraying of money. If you do not spray money, it means you do not have confidence, you do not have class. A lot of people come out with the dance. It's like a ritual. It's something that happens with so much charisma, the way you spray one after the other, with joy and gladness. But let's move on now. Now, how does the abuse of the Nigerian currency impact the economy and society? I am spraying my hard-earned money. What does that have to do with the Nigerian currency? And how does it impact the economy and society as a whole?
Good. I'm sure what I want to say is a general issue. If you go to the bank on Fridays, hardly do you see them giving out new currency, because those people who have come that they are going to party have already booked for it. You will go to some places, you want to collect 1 million, they will tell you they don't have raw cash, because they have saved the money the central bank has given them for them to be given to those people who are rich. I am sure the government is not eradicating it, because it's like you rightly say, it's part of our culture. But it is extravagant spending. I want to tell you, I've never seen Dangote spraying money outside. I can tell you, I look at the online picture of that guy that was sentenced to, I think, 6 months or 7 months imprisonment.
The other one is 10 million naira bill.
Good. Does that make sense, my sister? Let us be sensible with ourselves. There are people who have bicycle, they cannot afford to buy tube. The tube of 1,000 naira to their bicycle, and somebody is bringing cash of 10 million, and you said it's your own money. No, it's suspicious, my sister. If I'm enjoying that, there are a lot of ways of enjoyment. I can go to Chinese. Those days, if you have money, you want to show your money, go to Chinese restaurant and book for a family of something and sit and enjoy yourself. And when people are going, you pat them with some gifts. But spraying of money, who are you spraying the money for? What is it meant for? I also believe that it's not natural. It is ritual. It is, you are doing it so that you can get more. If you said it's your earned money, it doesn't mean you then let them go and check their balances, or let the RIS go and investigate and audit them, you discover that they are not even paying what is expected as tax to the government. But you want to show off that you've gotten the money. And like I said, I repeat, I have never seen $10 spray in the party. I have never seen Dangote spray in the party. I have never seen Folawiyo spray in the party. All they can do is that they will ask for your account number and they will send it to your account. And it means it's going to be useful. Either they even give you before the party or after the party. The show off is just a show off. It's no more traditional. It's a show off. Then what is the background of that person spending that money? My sister, ask myself or ask yourself. For how long has he gotten the money? And they always come with surprise. Maybe somebody has not come for the past 10 years. He's coming to the village. He's coming with 2 jeeps. And the other jeep is loaded with money. So that the next time you now see, they give him chieftaincy. And it's killing even the traditional system of chieftaincy. Because you now see you have ego, or chief of money, is money. Then they say chief of money. No, there's nothing like that those days. The money people knows themselves because they have their class, and they might have been knowing themselves within themselves as friends of jolly. You will see when they come. You will see the way they sit. They sit quietly, eat whatever they want to do, and 2-3 hours they go off. But if you see somebody who wants to buy the noticed, or he wants people to be noticed, you will see him spraying for almost 1 hour. Is it not madness? It's no more culture. Those days we go turn by turn. If the traditional man, the yalu, he knows your family house, you say, Bola Jummai Digun, Mama, so. You say thank you. You stand up. At most 50 naira. But now you give a drummer 50 naira, he will throw it back to you. You say this is not my money. He will tell you straight that this is not my money. Did he give you any money? The answer is no. So and it's there. I've gone to East too. I saw the way they spray money. It's not good. So we are not saying that there's no money in the circulation, and this money is there. So how can even we borrow money outside when we have this money on the ground, and we have people who can even sustain the country?
All right, Mr. Bolaji, I want to ask a question. These laws that are put in place, the regulations that has to do with the fine and imprisonment, how effective do you think it is in sustaining this abuse of the Naira? Do you think it's sustainable?
It's sustainable, and let me tell you why. All these so-called fames, they fear even to be ordinarily detained for 1 week. Talk more of sentence. Because once you are sentenced, you are an ex-convict. So nobody wants to have that name. If I have my money, why should I say because I want to spray money? They've escaped on how they got the money. So it is how they want to spend it. That so that can even lead them to other things. Okay. So it is obtainable, and I want the federal government to stand on it. But the only thing they can do is let us regulate it, because it's already part of our culture. If somebody spends money judiciously, what I'm trying to say, giving money out, and it's not necessary until we match on it. That could be a small container. If I go to a party and I spend like 10,000 naira, it should be enough. So you can imagine 10,000, 5,000, 1,000, 2,000 to the multitude of people that comes about 200. The man is already having he's a 100 naira, not millionaire, and he can settle 1 or 2 things. But when you are now calling people that is the person will now be on the counter for good 1 year and for good 1 hour spraying. Me that have my 5,000 I want to spray, I will keep it in my pocket and be looking. Well, I'll be clapping for the person.
Mr. Bolaji, it's not by force. It's what you have that you spray and you give. It's not like they are calling the individuals. It's a time when they say, come out and celebrate the celebrants.
I can't go to
for you to say
why you are
calling out the person. I don't think that, I beg to differ. I beg to differ.
Yes.
It's not like they are calling out these people. It's your own, it's your will. It's what you have at that point. One person might decide to give spray 10,000 naira. Another might decide 5,000. Some 100, 200,000 naira. I don't think that they are forced to do it. Like I said, it's all about joy. It's all about celebration, but all about being happy, celebrating at that time.
Okay, are you saying those days our parents don't know what they're doing? Because they have the value for the money. and they know how they suffer before getting that money. It's just because there are a lot of easy way of getting this money. That is why you are spending the easiest way of spending. Those days, our father normally hide money behind pot because they know the value of the money. And you are talking, you will say, I don't have money until maybe somebody is sick or they drive you from school fees or something. They will not go and bring this money because they hide it as a reservation. But nowadays, we don't have anything like that. We spend money anyhow, and it's affecting the economy. I have to be sincere with you. Yeah, it's affecting the economy, my sister. One way or the other, is like I told you, now, go to the bank on Friday. You will see the queue. But whereas the big men will just walk into the manager's office, and before you know, they go out to Portmont because they are flying to Lagos to go and have a party, or going to Enugu to go and have a party, or going to Kano. The poor man that wants to withdraw 10,000, 5,000 will be given mutilated money. That you cannot spend. You have to be shortly say, help me to change this, madam. Help me to change this, madam. But the big ones are in the manager's office. They even help them to take it to the office. So I know what I'm saying. It's affecting us. Why don't you do business with it? Why don't you open business for the person? For example, you want to spend 1 million to somebody. Ask the person what is his business. Go and establish for him. Pay for his Coca-Cola distributorship and tell him to go and collect 1 truck of Coca-Cola. He will clap for you. It has added value to the family. Most of this money even cause problem within the bride and the groom, because you don't know where the money is taken to, and the husband has spent money, the wife has taken the money to their family. So before you know it, there's even a problem. I've seen where such person, they didn't last one week before they divorced. Because the guy saw what the people were spraying them, and he was estimating that no, we should not get nothing less than 500,000. And when the woman want to declare that money, they said we got 100,000. The man said over his dead body that my friend alone spent over 100,000. So how can you tell me that we are this? And before you know, they divorced. But you don't know who have stolen the money. It's not the one that stole the money, but those who that have the chances to spend this money. So it is not done judiciously. That's where I'm going to. And this money is not spent. Those days, our mother always have this small purse by their shoulder. As you are spraying them, they are putting it there. You don't need a second, you don't need third-hand person to come. So which is meant for the value of what that woman is doing for. If they're saying bride dancing or something like that, or you see the woman will come out with her purse. It's unzipped. As they are spraying her, she's putting it there. But now, even a whole pig boss meal cannot take. How do you account for it? So it's abuse of currency.
It is abuse of currency. All right, Mr. Bolaji. Now, how can you talked about businesses? Now, looking at business owners and individuals, how can they contribute to reducing currency abuse in Nigeria?
Now, there's cashless system. If somebody invites me to a party now, and I know how close I am with the person,
Before you tell me, you have to, Mr. Bolaji, sorry to interject again. Your camera, so we can see your face. Please go ahead now.
Sorry, I'm saying that in such a case, how to reduce this problem is very simple. If a friend of mine or my classmate or my friend is getting wedded, all I need to do is to contribute to the ceremony. And it's simple. We are having cashless system now. Ask for the electronics account number and send something tangible to the person. She or he will be able to know what to do with this money at the appropriate time, not by spraying. So if we reduce this, even it will be of the value to whoever that is making the ceremony or that invited us. Because most of this money that is being sprayed, it doesn't get to the people that owns it himself. Sometimes it takes a week. For example, if they go for honeymoon, it is the sister or the brother that will keep it. And no person will keep money that is not counted, that will not be tempted. Some they just divide it into 3 and give them 1/4. Some the parents will tell you, sorry, I owe you of almost about 100,000. My sister buy me 100,000. It's stealing because they are not aware. So if everything is sent to Mr. and Mrs. account, after the wedding, they know what to do and they will have value for whoever that makes them to establish. No person spends money for a ceremony that doesn't have the feelings after the effect. There's always a side effect. But when you have something to fall back on, I think it's great.
Now, looking at the spraying of the Naira, how can this issue, looking at it critically, how can you attend social occasions or any other function without constituting a nuisance by abusing the Naira? How can we balance it when we're in occasions and when we're in parties and all of that? How can we create that balance? How do we explain to the masses that come, there's no spraying of money here, this is how it ought to be done? How do we break it down and explain to people who have come to celebrate with us?
My sister, I think what the federal government is trying to do is not that they are eradicating it completely. Because like a Yoruba land, if I go and greet somebody at home that delivered a baby, normally I will put that in my pocket and give. It is the abuse of spraying that matters. And for elderly people,
Wait,
going to party,
Mr. Bola, did you just say abuse of spraying or abuse of the Naira? Which one is relevant here?
Abuse of the spraying. You see, because you cannot say I should not give somebody money, but there's a package. Sometimes we normally call white envelope.
Okay.
You now write Mr. and Mrs. So. You write Mama so, Daddy so, and it's in your pocket. As they're coming to greet you, or after you are going, say, Mommy, you have this. That's not abuse. It is gratification. It is done anywhere. It's a culture. But the abuse is the Naira spraying and marching on it. It is stupid of Nigeria. Let me be sincere with you. And we did that in Ghana, and that's why Ghana threw us off. If you remember. Because we took over the economy and we started doing all this over there, and they got angry with us. So what I'm saying that the government did not say we should not give gifts. But if I put 20,000 naira in an envelope, or I put 100,000 in an envelope, I give it to the person, the ceremonial, it's an achievement.
All right.
And the name will be there.
All right, Mr. Bola, you're going to still emphasize on this particular issue that you just spoke about. We have to quickly go on a quick break, and then you rejoin on the program Inside Today. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. All right, you're welcome back. And if you're just tuning in, this is Inside Today on Global Television. And we're looking at the CBN, which is the Central Bank of Nigeria Act 2007, all about the abuse of Naira in view. And this is a very serious issue because many celebs have been found wanting from imprisonment to the payment of fine. Now, abusing the Nigerian currency, like I said, is a serious issue that have a detrimental effect on our economy and society. Now, when the currency is abused, it can lead to inflation, loss of value, and instability in the financial system, bringing and depreciation in the Naira when it comes to turn can harm businesses, individuals, and overall economic growth of the country. Now, the currency abuse can erode trust in the financial system, leading to a lack of confidence in the currency, both locally and internationally. Now, it is essential for us to protect the integrity of the Nigerian currency to maintain a stable economy and promote financial well-being for all citizens and individuals in the society. Now, specifically, the law stipulates that spraying of, dancing, or matching on the Naira or any note issued by the bank during social occasions or otherwise, howsoever, shall constitute an abuse and defacing of the Naira or such note and shall be punishable under the law by fines or imprisonment or both. Now, most individuals have been found wanting with this, such as imprisonment and, of course, fines. Now, to look at it critically, I have been speaking with Otumba Bolaji Adigun, and he has been throwing emphasis when it comes to the Naira. I have mentioned in my own part that, hey, it's a tradition. This is what we know how well, and this is how we know how best we do things when it comes to occasion. It shows appreciation. It shows a welcome ambience. It shows joy. It shows laughter when spraying of the Naira is imputed in any ceremony. But my guest has begged to differ. He says it is just being lavish. It is just being, we do not have value for our Naira. Back in the day, compared to when our fathers were working and toying when it comes to money, it's different now because most people get their money in very dubious ways. And that is why they lavish the Naira in any form and in any way. And of course, I am joined by Otumba Bolaji Adigun. Good afternoon, sir. Have you rejoined?
Yeah, I've joined, my madam.
Oh, it's great to have you on the program, sir. Now, we're talking about how can individuals and businesses contribute to reducing currency abuse? How can we come together to reduce this abuse of our Naira, degrading the integrity of our Naira, both locally and internationally?
Yeah, I'm sure, despite they said no abuse of Naira, if we spend our money judiciously, like you said, it's my money, it's not stolen.
Exactly.
And when I want to give, must I come to the public to show that I'm giving money? And when I want to give money, if I intend giving somebody 10,000 Naira, and I can put 10,000 Naira in the envelope, but there are people that are around me or that are less privileged. It's like giving, nobody will not say I should not give Mebara. That's the beggars. At least I should be able to give them 1,500. Well, when you start giving a blind man or somebody that is a leper or something, you start giving him 100,000 in public. People will ask you, what are you doing with that person? It's a ritual. But now, if we want to spray money because somebody is in a party, you can put it clean in an envelope and neat. Mostly, look at people smarting on money. I want to ask you the question. You are a lady. Most of these shoes you always wear during wedding are sharpening. When you step on this money, are they not perfected? And anything perfected cannot be used, so they throw it away. So those ones thrown away, how much do you think they can be thrown away? And most people that you ask them to go and throw it away, they mend it. I've seen somebody that when they counted his money, and that the one that are mutilated, they are almost about 35,000 Naira. Now say, take it away, go and throw it away. The lady said, thank you very much. She went back home and started getting sellotape and started mending that area. She started spending today, spend 2,000, spend tomorrow, spend 3,000. So now, did she help that person? This somebody that is your friend, probably she's in need. You now ask her to go with the one that is mutilated because you have stepped on it, because the shoes that the ladies used for the wedding are sharpened, and by the time she's dancing on it, it's perfecting the Naira. And we only have, if you perfect your Naira, it means it's of no use. That's a counterfeit note. So all these things is abuse of Naira, like I said. But if it's properly kept in an envelope and you give to somebody, the person will appreciate it and will be able to do something judiciously, like I said, to it. Either pay school fees, or even save it for the name of that wedding, or for the naming of ceremony, that, oh, on this ceremony day, I received 500,000, I open account with it. The bank will have money back to the account, and you now have a savings that you can fall back on. So they are not saying eradicating of completely money abuse, but it is the way we spend the money. If now, for example, I spend 500 naira, 200 naira, look at people spending on the money. Look at this. Check that lady's shoe. She might have been perforating some of the nairas. Then where do you go with perforated money? It's gone already, and it's affecting the central bank. So these are my little advice. We should not abuse spraying of money, but they didn't say we should not give gift to our people that calls us to party. But the system has to change, and it's because we sweat for the money, and we have to know how to spend it judiciously.
All
And
right.
we have been saying the economy is bad, but these are the part of the problem we are facing. Look at the naira on the floor there. It's abuse.
Now, let's look at the approach in which the CBN is going about it. The straight up imprisonment without any warning, without explaining, creating an awareness. Do you think enough awareness has been created in the spraying of the Naira, which causes abuse of the Naira? Do you think there has been a lot of awareness for people to understand the ramification of this abuse on the Nigerian currency?
My sister, from inside today, I want to be sincere with you. The decisions of the government is the best. If you remember, when we had a cashless problem, we started abusing the government. I cannot spend my money. I cannot do this. All we want to do is we want to meet up with the standard of living. You can't. There's no limitation of whatever you can send through your electronic system, and it will be controlled. Sometimes, even not only spreading, people who pack money into their homes, and if they are being discovered, they are supposed to be executed. Because why I say they should be executed is that you have made some people to die because of hunger while you are storing. For example, I remember those days that they are saying they want to do exchange or something like that. They said they discovered some trailers with mutilated, stuffed money that cannot be spent. Such people should be traced and killed. Because it's not only spreading money that we are abusing naira. Some people stack money at home. As what? Doing what? There was a day I was spending some money. It has mucus on it, 1,000. And you not see them storing 200 or 500. It's 1,000. It has mucus. It has changed color. So it took me time to clean before I could spend the bundle of money out, and it was given for me from the bank, which it means somebody has brought it to deposit, and they are not giving us as customer during this cash crush. So we need to work on it. Ask yourself, am I doing the correct thing? Some will squeeze money, you give them money, they will squeeze it into the bank. It's not supposed. And the federal government has been going on advertisement on how to handle naira. We don't have to say everything must be under law. There are some things that we have to have self-discipline within ourselves, my sister and my fellow Nigerians. There are things that we know that is wrong. That is wrong. So anything that is wrong, there's no two names to it that it is wrong. So which we need to work on it and tell our children the same thing. We need to come back to our homes and talk to our. If we're saying everything, government. The government cannot do it alone. But we, the parents, the churches, the imams, listen. Look at in the church when some people are giving, they want to give offering, they squeeze and throw it in the. Why do you have to squeeze? So obviously, we need to work on it as a good citizen to work. So what are we doing with it? So God will help us.
How the naira has been mutilated according to you. But the thing is, that is why we have the Central Bank of Nigeria. We revert to them. Money goes into circulation, right, Mr. Bolaji? And it goes to them, and they're able to burn or throw away this money and bring new notes. Don't you think the CBN has a lot of work to do when it comes to bringing new notes? So when Nigerians actually see these new notes, they'll be scared to mutilate or abuse the naira. Don't you think?
I think what we say central bank has to do, we ourselves need to work with it. Why keeping money at home? Why keeping it means it's surplus? Where some people are looking for it. So, and the bank will be happy to receive it back because it's going to affect their own number of the circulation. So that's why the central bank will not mind. We want to, even if they want to reprint some money, they must have the returns of what was thrown outside. Otherwise, there will not be balancing. For example, you throw 10 million outside and only 2 million comes in. I want to reprint of the other 10 million. Why is that 8 million? So it is, we are killing the society. That's what I'm saying. We are killing the society.
So looking at it,
So we
Mr.
have to
Bolaji,
have that.
I know you said we're killing the society. So how can we do better not to kill the society? What are we supposed to do when it comes to not putting money at home, placing our money in an envelope when we're giving the celebrants or occasions? But you know, deep down, Mr. Bolaji, you are a typical Yoruba man. And you know how it is when it comes to Owambe. You know how it is, the excitement it creates when someone comes out and is throwing money on you. That is the life of the party. How can we curtail that now when they say spraying of money means abuse of the Naira and it causes imprisonment, it's chargeable to imprisonment or fine? How do you think it's going to go down with the typical Yoruba man? How is it going to fit into this new system? Aside Yoruba man, the Igbos, the Northerners are hardly... You said?
All I can tell you is that we have to put our code according to our size. For example, now in my town, and they know my words. The maximum I can spray is maybe 10,000 naira. But if now I carry 100,000 in my bail and start spraying, there will be a question mark. So, and if God give me, maybe I hit a jackpot and I have 100 million, it's not the best place for me to go and start spraying first. I am saying that they did not say we should not spray money, but it is the abuse of the Naira. For example, the drummer people, I have to give them money. They cannot be beating drummer and I'll be looking at them. But spray reasonably. For example, they don't need to match on it. If you have a small container in your front, yeah, and I'm dropping such money on the inside it, just like we do contribution. We throw it on in the front of the drummer man. He will be appreciating it. And when he finish, he pack it neatly and put it somewhere. Then we squeezing it or putting it on his face and started spraying. It calls for. And even it's not safe. That is why you see so many people, when after finishing party, they are being kidnapped or they are being killed. Because it has shown the selfishness of that person, which is a security threat to that person too. So many of them are being killed. If they are not killed immediately, they will target them. I can tell you that. All those people that are spraying anyhow, you will see the way they end up. It's not always good. But the ones that have their end money, you will see the way they spend the money judiciously, and they can help, like I said. The electronics, for example, now we have OPay. OPay goes automatic in a party. I want to give somebody 20,000. There's no need of me carrying 20,000 in my money. I can spread 1,000 naira, 2,000 to show that I am there. And at the envelope or at the invitation, numbers can be given. At every invitation of Owambe, there will be this. Look at, somebody did it during COVID or something like that. I remember they were showing their account online and they got money. That does not mean until we spray. That even will show the quality of what you do to me, so that by the time I'm going to pay a return to you, I will know what to give you. Some always do 419. It's only few of us that we don't know disadvantage. If somebody now is my best friend, or for example now your daughter is wedding and I come there and I come and pay 5,000 naira, it's not worth of me. But if I send a 20,000 naira to your account, you will give me kudos. But by the time I'm spraying, you don't know how much I'm spraying. You only saw me spraying. Maybe it's 5,000 naira I spray. Some people who want bring bundles, they spray. At the end of the day, they put the balance in your pocket. You think they've sprayed everything. Until when you go home, you count. You discover that it is not up to what you expected. So these things, there are ways of we curtailing ourselves. And I'm sure what the government is trying to do for us is for us to know the value of our money. Let us know the value of our money. And we now know how to spend it judiciously. That is what I believe the government is trying to say. It is the abuse of Naira not the abuse of spending the money.
Hmm.
Because
Well,
culture is there. Hausa gives money out, Igbo gives money out, Igbo gives money out, Orobo gives money out. But is it how our fathers are doing it before? The answer is no.
well said, Otumba. Bolaji Adigun, you have spoken really well when it comes to curtailing this issue, when it comes to spraying and, of course, the abuse of the Naira, which the EFCC has taken very seriously now, and of course the CBN. It's an act, the 2007 Act of the CBN. Thank you so much, Otumba Bolaji Adigun, for being a part of Insight today and sharing your well of knowledge with us. Thank you so much.
Thanks so
Oh, Mr.
much.
Oh,
Inside
thank you.
today, and thank you, Nigerians. Let's try it and see how we can help ourselves. We should not put everything on government, government, government. We need self-discipline, and may God help us to get to a good Nigeria and be a better Nigerian to come.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Otumba. Thank you for being a part of Insight
Bye
today
for now.
again. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye for
And with
now.
that, I have to wrap it up on the program Insight today. Hope you've learned a lot from the CBN Act 2007, which has to do with the abuse of Naira, which is in view. And like I said, Otumba Bolaji Adigun, he is the Deputy National Chairman, PCRC. He joined me via Zoom on the program to throw more enlightenment when it comes to abusing the Nigerian currency, which is a serious issue that have detrimental effects on the economy and the society at large. Like he said, it's not about is the spraying that's the issue, the way people spray out of levity. It's better you put it in an envelope and just place it. There's a certain way that you spray that gives the Naira value and, of course, worth at the same time. Thank you all so much for being a part of Insight today. I am Jummai Manson. Join me same time tomorrow. Bye-bye.